Mhm. All right, so hi there, hi everyone. I think everything works. Just a quick moment, let me see if everybody can see us. And yeah, I will just send some invitations to our live stream and I think we can get started. So first of all, welcome everybody who has just joined. And I think we can take a moment just to write how you are doing, what mood you have today, are you ready to work and learn something? Yeah, just in a couple of minutes we're gonna start. Yeah, so if you can see me, if everything is fine, you can hear me, you can type a comment, okay? And I think, yeah, we are ready to go. So thanks everybody who is watching us today because we have a special topic that we and I personally love. This is Christmas, as you can see. So Christmas fun, and I hope that is gonna be fun for you as well. In our school, in Mon Macarone language school, we really love it. We just enjoy all this holiday season because we take so many interesting things from English, like expressions and traditions that we're gonna have today. So yeah, I think we won't wait any longer. This live stream will be recorded, so you can watch it later at any time. And I think we can get started. And as a warm-up, I just quickly want to ask you what associations with Christmas you have got. For example, it's not always like turkey, or maybe somebody knows our French friends obviously know what it is. So just anyway, write anything, any associations you have with Christmas. So I'll just give a moment for everybody to think. Maybe you have some associations straight away. So I also keep track of our chat just to make sure that everybody who wants to write something are seen. And yeah, so don't pay attention. Sometimes I'm gonna be like glancing on my phone. However, even if you watch our live stream later, take your time to think about all the symbols of Christmas, for example, because you're likely to meet all these symbols in the expressions and traditions that we are gonna talk about today. So what we can see here, right? So the Christmas tree, wreath, always a wreath without W, we don't say wreath or something. Then it will be a bauble, turkey as the main dish, I would say. Just write if you have the same main dish in your country, because I know that in some countries it is even more like a fish holiday. So in France, for example, they love fish dishes as part of their Christmas table. And here are gingerbread cookies. Yeah, so it was just a little help for you. If you have some other associations, don't hesitate to write them in chat. I think if you keep track of our social media, you might have seen the words, the Christmas words that we left for you. So if you haven't yet, just take a look and then you can go back and write some other symbols here as well. Yeah, so the task remains here. And yeah, welcome everybody who has just joined us. We started with a warm-up, so if you guys have any associations with Christmas, please drop your ideas in the comments. But I think we shall get started. And today we started with Christmas idioms, something that we actually love because they are so useful to use just in regular life as well. And it's not only about Christmas, you will see. However, they have some Christmas words. First one, Christmas comes but once a year. You probably can guess what it means, right? And this example can help you. So this dress costs $100. Well, Christmas comes but once a year. I'll take it. So you see this person kind of hesitates at first. It costs obviously quite a lot. However, it depends. But Christmas comes but once a year, so it's only one chance to buy it, so why not doing it just for the sake of the holiday, for example. Yeah, so you can see the translation if you need it, but the meaning is that it is really worth it to do something you really want or you really like in the holiday. Yeah, because after maybe there won't be any occasion for that. So, nevertheless, you can use this one with other holidays as well, right? So now we can say even about the birthday, like Christmas comes but once a year, birthday comes but once a year, so any other pretext that you might have for this. So you see, it is for something that we really want to do and we look for this occasion to do it. So you see, right? So we will give some additional context and I think it will be easier. The next one, to be there with bells on. Just in case you have this bell picture, right? So we all know, for example, jingle bells, right? So these are the bells that actually jingle and give this Christmassy sound, I would say. And most likely you will hear this expression when you invite somebody somewhere or you get invited, because it means that you will be there, you would love to come, and you will be fully ready for that, yeah, for any event that you're invited to. The context, take a look at our example. Are you coming to my party next weekend? Sure, I'll be there with bells on. Yeah, not only about Christmas, of course, but it's like you're gonna be ready, you're gonna dress fancy, and yeah, you can see some happy guests, some happy faces in the pictures, right? So I'll be there with bells on. It doesn't change, right? So it's always to be somewhere with bells on. Okay, right, so it's the second expression, the second idiom that we study today, and the third will be also about some Christmas food. We will have quite a lot of food today. So the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Yeah, you can see the pudding. Actually, it's a traditional dish in England, and there is a very, how to put it, a very nice recipe for this kind of a cake. Actually, they set it on fire, you know, so this crust, this is thanks to the fire that we like expose this cake to. So actually, it has nothing to do with eating. It's just right here, yeah, you can just simply read the translation or take our example. Attention, there are two people speaking here. Yeah, this chair looks comfortable. Let's try and sit in it and then we'll see. The proof of the pudding is in the eating. Right, so two people speaking, and the first one has some statement, but the second is more hesitant. So this person is not sure. He or she says that we have to try out this chair first and then judge. Yeah, so it's kind of don't judge a book by its cover. I'm sure you know this idiom, but here it's actually about trying something. Yeah, so it's more deep as the way that we want to learn something more about an object, right? But it's not only about food. So as you can see here, it's about a chair, it can be about food, about a dress. Again, you remember we bought a dress in the first sentence. So we try something and then we judge, right? The proof of the pudding is in the eating. You can add it anywhere. Okay, so if just the way we go, you have any questions, that's okay, you can leave them in comments. I always track down your comments if you have some questions. We will deal with them straight away. So I think we are ready to go to the next idiom. We have a couple of more there, and then we start the practice. So it's the thought that counts. It's the thought that counts. Example straight away, I think. The sweater he gave me is not the best, but it's the thought that counts. And here we try to show you what kind of sweater they mean. And actually in America and in England, I guess, they call this kind of sweaters ugly sweater. I know that some of the students, some of them who I showed this picture to, they say that it's kind of cute. I agree, but in America, in England, it's a typical gift. It's not very expensive, it's just ordinary, right? So they call it ugly sweater. So even if you get some kind of a present like this, you can just cheer up by the thing that it's the thought that counts. So it doesn't matter how much it costs, if it is beautiful or not, but another person just thought about you, and it is already good. Yeah, it's already a present for you. So maybe the present itself is not that well, didn't go very well, I would say, but the thought, yeah, it comes from a word to think. But it's the thought that counts, right? It is more important. In the Russian version, we would say it is not important, like the present, it is not important. What is important is attention, right? So this is what we have in our language. But here you can see the English equivalent, so be careful with that. Right, so it's the thought that counts. I think I will just move my camera, I will just move my camera a little bit so that you can see it better. And yeah, let's continue. So one more to go. Don't get your tinsel in a tangle. So, don't get your tinsel in a tangle. This is a nice one because tinsel is kind of a Christmas decoration, any kind of decoration, I would say. It is here in the picture, and if you want the closest equivalent in Russian language, we say rain. So we call this kind of decoration a rain. Yeah, we can put it on a Christmas tree. It's very sparkly. It is of bright colors, and yeah, it looks just like here. And you obviously see that here in the picture, people get confused and then relieved. So let's try to understand what it means. A tangle is something that we normally have in our hair, right? So if you don't brush your hair, it can get tingles, right? So it just, tangles, right? So it tangles and it's difficult to brush it. So why do we even get our tinsel in a tangle? So this is useless, just as this idea, like don't overthink. So just be cool, don't complicate things, and the translation is just here, right? So don't get your tinsel in a tangle. Well, simply buy some food and you won't have to cook, right? What a relief, especially during holidays when you don't want to spend too much time cooking. You want to enjoy yourselves. And here you go. Another one. It can be used anywhere, again. So any context, any situation, don't get your tinsel in a tangle. Okay, I hope it helps. And yeah, I think this is high time we do a quick revision. I hope you remember all the 5 idioms. So let's see. Here the first sentence is ready, but you have to find a logic ending of this sentence, like the second that will correlate with the first one. Just let it continue, let the phrase sound natural, and we will see how it's gonna go. Maybe we'll go back and repeat something. So I can see there are some people who joined us. Yeah, you're live, and this is great because this is high time for some revision. You can see the sentence, you can see the numbers of the sentences that should continue this first sentence. So if you know what we should put there, please write it in comments. I'm really excited to see your answers because this is something we've been talking about for like 7 or 10 minutes, Christmas idioms. So let's see what you remember. If you're new here, welcome, and let's get started. So please share. We're so excited about the Christmas party. This is the first one. How can we continue this sentence? What is going to be logic in this context? Like, we are so excited. The proof of the pudding is in the eating. Christmas comes but once a year. We'll be there with bells on. Which one works best? How do you think? So, once you have an idea, please share it in the comments. I'm really excited to see what you've got here. Okay, because in a minute, I'm gonna change the slide and you will see the answer. So if you're watching us after the live stream, if you're watching the recording, so just put it on pause because right now I'm gonna show you the answers. Okay, so ready And here you go. We'll be there with bells on, just because we're so excited about the party and we are ready. We're gonna go there. So you see, these guys are ready with presents, with costumes probably. So they are there already with bells on. However, there was one interesting idea that we can use number 2 as well. Christmas comes but once a year. Why not? Like, we're so excited, we're ready to party, and why not? Because it's a holiday, right? So we're excited and we're gonna do that. So here you go. This is number 3, the answer. And yeah, the second one. Why did you eat all the cookies? That's the question I get asked a lot. So how can we answer? We can find quite a witty answer, right? So what is it, witty? Like a really nice on-the-spot answer, which is funny and pretty unusual at the same time. So what witty answer can you choose? How can you answer this? Why did you eat all the cookies? The proof of the pudding is in the eating. Christmas comes but once a year is the thought that counts. So don't be shy, you can put something in our comments. If you have an idea, 1, 2, or 3, just drop it there, we will see, and we will talk about it, if it is correct or not. Okay. Yeah, so here's the thing about these live streams, I mean Contactia live streams. The thing is that when you drop an answer, it comes to me later, like 20 seconds or even 1 minute later. So nevertheless, I hope you made up your mind and you chose number 2. Christmas comes but once a year. It's like, why not? This is Christmas or some other special occasion. I can eat all the cookies I want. Yeah, because I don't do it that often and Christmas doesn't come very often. It's only once a year and yeah, I just did it. I just ate all the cookies. Right, okay, the next idiom. There is nothing special about this gift, but something, right? So we ask for approval, right? So we suggest something, and it is pretty logic what should be there. In the picture you see, this is not such a fancy, I would say, it's not really a fancy gift. It is like wrapped in some tissue, then there is just something green, but it is like handmade, yeah? So, and it's nice because a person thought about you. This is a little tip for you. So this person thought about you, he or she probably did it with their hands, and anyway, yeah, how can you justify this gift? I'll give you a moment. Okay. So yeah, in the comments you can drop a message, sorry, like 1, 2, or 3, depending on what answer you prefer, what answer you think should be there. And yeah, I hope that it's gonna be the same as mine. It's the thought that counts, right? So maybe it's not a huge gift, but still, the person thought about me and I really appreciate it, right? So I hope that you have the same answer. And probably we can move on to the gifts. The gifts here, which are left under the Christmas tree, obviously. However, this tradition is normally common in either UK or US, right? So United Kingdom, England, or United States. Where do we do it? So leaving gifts under the Christmas tree. So probably you might think that we do it everywhere. It doesn't depend on the country, and partially you're right. But now I must say we exchange traditions a lot, right? So in some places we watch movies and we do the same thing. However, so initially, whose tradition was that to leave gifts under the Christmas tree? US or UK? Just 2 letters. Yeah, let me see what you think. So yeah, don't hesitate to write it in chat or just, yeah, think like on your mind and okay. So this is not obvious, I think, but actually it's in the US. Yeah, we actually have quite a lot of things in common, especially when it comes to holidays. So yeah, exactly in the US, they leave presents under the Christmas tree. At the same time, in the UK, in England, people prefer to do it in these stockings, right? So we don't really call them Christmas socks, but these are Christmas stockings. And as you can see, they are left on the chimney. Sometimes we also put them on the bed, like this part of the bed where our legs are situated, right? So this is not over your bed, this is kind of on your bed. So I hope it makes sense because this part of the bed is something that we don't really use. It's like the case of the bed, and here children put their stockings and they wish to get their presents. So obviously the presents are not usually very big, right? Under the Christmas tree you can put much more. Okay, another one. Again, it might seem very obvious, waiting for Santa Claus, but it is a little bit more complicated than we think. So, whose tradition is that? Is it UK or US? The same question goes to you, and I can't wait to see your answers, to see your suggestions. So, if you have anything in mind, please let me know. I'm gonna take some water while you're thinking. Okay. So this is the silence, right? So everybody's thinking what should be there. Okay. Attention that this is Santa Claus, right? And Santa Claus goes to the US. Yeah, that's it. So we probably you think that Santa Claus is everywhere but Russia, right? However, no, actually Santa Claus is an American thing, and in the countries where they have like American immigrants, they also have Santa Claus. So Santa Claus is becoming more and more popular. But actually in the UK, they have Father Christmas. So it is something that I think is related to our how do we call him in Russian? Is it Father Christmas? Do you know, maybe you remember or have any ideas how do we call this guy who gives us presents for the new year? If somebody knows, please share in the comments. So how do we call this person? And surprisingly, this is Father Frost. Yeah, this is not Grandfather Frost, this is Father Frost. Something that is related to Father Christmas. Okay, so you got it, I hope. So waiting for Santa Claus is an American thing. In the UK, they wait for Father Christmas. Okay, the next one is about Boxing Day. And when you say Boxing Day, this has nothing to do with the sport, yeah, with the type of a fight or martial art. No, Boxing Day is about boxes, and again, only in one country they do it. Again, probably they exchange some traditions. If you have immigrants from this country, they probably would do the same thing on the new place of their living. However, traditionally, who created, who started celebrating Boxing Day? We will talk about Boxing Day just in a minute. Okay, UK or the US? And some of you might think we had two US, right? So now it should be UK, and you're gonna be right because we do Boxing Day in the UK. So actually this is the second day, like let's say the first day of Christmas, yeah, of the like the 26th of December. This is when we have the Boxing Day, because actually I think we're gonna have it just now. You see the day after the 25th of December, the next day, because the tradition goes back to like a couple of hundreds years ago, and we will see it on the next slide. But for now, you have to complete the text with any words It should be only one word that you think is appropriate here. So only one word is missing. Let's see what is logic here. So let's start. Boxing Day is the day after December 25th, Christmas Day. It is not a in many countries, but it is a tradition in countries that have something or somehow relationships with the United Kingdom. So these are Australia, New Zealand, Trinidad and Tobago, and Canada, by the way, all Boxing Day. As you can see, these can be different types of speech, types of words that can be put here, and your goal is to find out what should be there. Okay, so let me know if you have any ideas, and of course we have the answers for you. And actually, if you are subscribed, if you are in our mailing list, you will receive this whole presentation. You will have a chance to look through and complete the exercises, for example, that you haven't completed yet, see all the answers, and just enjoy some fun pictures and fun facts about the holidays. Okay, and as we do not really have anybody active live, right now, I think I show you the answer straight away. So it's gonna be like a reading practice for me, I would say. So Boxing Day is the day after December 25th, Christmas Day. It is not a tradition in many countries, but it is a tradition in countries that have historical relationships with the United Kingdom. Australia, New Zealand, Trinidad and Tobago, and Canada all celebrate Boxing Day. Yeah, so it's pretty easy to guess. The words repeat and historical relationships. I hope you remember that United Kingdom used to have colonies in these lands, and this is why the same tradition moved to these lands, even though they're not colonies anymore. Of course, so this is how they got there. And why do we have Boxing Day? Actually, this is a fun story that starts long time ago. I think, again, I have to move my picture like this because we need this image of a person. We really needed to understand what is the Boxing Day, what it is for, and how it started. So what exactly does Boxing Day mean? The idea is that Boxing Day started in the United Kingdom many years ago. That's a fact. Wealthy people would give something to their servants on December 26th as a way to say thank you for their on Christmas Day. They would give their maids, butlers, and other servants boxes with presents inside them. So you see some historic roots. Actually, this is the way to say thank you to all the personnel that they had at home. So of course now people don't usually have servants, except for the royal family, I guess. But nevertheless, the tradition begins with the times when servants, just like here, butlers. The butler is actually in the picture, right? So the butlers, the maids, and other stuff at home used to get their presents because they worked on the Christmas Day. That didn't have a day off. So December 26th was the day when the owners, well, the patrons actually said thank you for their service on the Christmas Day, the day before. And of course they gave them boxes with something, boxes with presents, gifts, maybe some food, and so on. So I just give you a moment to think. The idea, what kind of idea do we have? Would give something to their servants. Again, so these are the people who serve, he help get food, get they help people, right? So it's quite difficult to explain what servant means without knowing the word to serve. Okay, so I think it's high time we go on and see the answers, right? So it makes sense with the words in the text. The main idea is that Boxing Day, you see the rest, right? So the main idea, of course, so because this is the essence, this is how the holiday started. People would give gifts, presents, boxes of presents. Actually, here you can put anything, showing that they actually give them some presents. For their service, of course, yeah, the word servant comes from the same verb to serve, and service, obviously, the product of this service, of the serving itself as well. So yeah, here you go. This is how it all started. This is quite a long tradition that goes back in time, but now we use this day to exchange presents with the family we couldn't see on Christmas. Yeah, so we still have this tradition, and normally the shops are full of people. This is a real period of time when a lot of people go there and find some gifts in the last minute, because the Boxing Day, the 26th, is actually the time when they can give and exchange the presents. Okay, and so from the UK we go to the US, to the ball drop in Times Square. This is actually a fun tradition that not many people know about, and this is weird because in films, in TV shows, we always have, like when it is Christmas, people always speak about some ball dropping. They watch it on TV, like parades and so on. So it's kind of like the main place, I would say, of the country, like the main symbol of Christmas. So what is this? The Times Square Ball is a time ball located in New York City's Times Square, located on the roof of one of Times Square. Yeah, so you see, one Times Square is kind of the address. Yeah, so one is like the house, the building, number one. The ball is some kind of part of a New Year's Eve celebration. The ball slowly goes down. Okay, and resting at midnight to signal the start of the new year. So when it is actually stopped, yeah, when it stops itself, it says that the new year has come. And in recent years, the ball drop has been preceded, by live entertainment, including something by musicians. So indeed, now it's actually a huge deal in America, because they always give performances. They give like really cool shows by the most popular anchormen, speakers, actors, singers. So it's a real honor to be there in this ceremony. And while you're thinking, I will tell you just a little more about it. So you can see the Times Square here, and actually there are no cars in this period of time when the ball is dropping. It is situated somewhere here. It's like over this building, this number one Times Square. Yeah, it attracts so many people. It is broadcast on TV, and yeah, that's really a huge deal. So I hope that you got some ideas about the text, what we might put there, what part is it, how does it go down, including what made by musicians. So I hope you have all the answers and they are the same, just like here. Of course, this is an important part. We can also say like an inevitable, and anything that means it is really important, it is a huge deal, and there is no new year without that. So any adjective can work. So it goes down starting at 11:59 p.m., which means that it takes 1 minute for the ball to go down, right? So, and as I said, it is a cool thing for entertainment. It is broadcast on TV because we have performances by musicians and comedians, actors, artists, so all the popular fancy people in the US, right? So it can be anyone. And yeah, just for your information, there is one interesting fact about it. Actually, this ball drop was invented to attract attention to this New York Times newspaper, right? So it was organized by Adolf Ock. So I'm not sure how it is pronounced, because people pronounce it differently in different parts of English-speaking world. However, this was the owner of this newspaper, and in order to promote this place, this building, this just business itself, they decided to like attract people by a fancy ball that is going down, kind of symbolic, which became a tradition starting from December 31st, 1907. So quite a long time ago, right? So it's like 100 years, more than 100 years. And yeah, except for the wartime, like 1942 and 1943, there were no ball droppings just because of blackouts. Yeah, you mean like blackouts of electricity. They didn't have enough electricity, I would say, to drop the ball. So you can see how it looks like, and actually you can Google it. The design of the ball changed a lot. So what you see now is not the same as it used to be before. So that is it. And actually, this is everything we prepared for you today. I hope it was not too little or too much. Yeah, just enough to remember, to maybe Google and do some research afterwards. And I really hope you liked it. And in order to work it out, we suggest our small talks. So this time I will go to the Russian language, okay, so that it's easier to understand. Итак, наши смоллтоки, то, что мы не устаем рекламировать, потому что все больше и больше людей, которые приходят к нам, даже не слышали про этот формат, хотя после того, как они его пробуют, им он очень нравится, и они остаются у нас надолго именно на этом формате. Почему? В общем-то, все причины на экране, это всего 15 минут в день, вы занимаетесь индивидуально с педагогом, вот примерно как мы сейчас с вами по видеосвязи, но только обратная связь с вашей стороны еще более активная, чем у педагога. Да? То есть у нас получается 100% времени на занятии на подобном смоллтоке говорения, причем с вашей стороны, что очень важно. Все ремарки по поводу грамматики, например, или каких-то еще пояснений, уточнений идут после урока. Если вы что-то произнесли неправильно, допустили ошибки, педагог обязательно даст вам знать, но уже после, не будет прерывать вас во время беседы, потому что здесь мы имитируем живую речь. Ну, в целом это сложно назвать имитацией, потому что мы говорим об интересных событиях, мы говорим про кино, музыку, театр, про любые, в принципе, интересы, какие у вас есть, и стараемся как можно больше отработать того, чего вы учите на основном курсе. Да, есть ребята, есть те, кто занимается на смоллтоках, при этом, например, изучая английский в школе или в университете, или на работе, просто для дополнительной практики. И, конечно, смоллтоки можно проводить с носителями языка, это, как вы понимаете, еще более актуально, потому что например, иногда, когда мы проводим уроки в Вайбере или в Телеграме, а это тоже возможно, мы не видим друг друга. Конечно, можно подключить видеосвязь, но многим нравится этот формат за простоту, за то, что можно разговаривать из любой точки мира, буквально по дороге на работу или во время перерыва. И в этот момент, в это время, когда вы не видите собеседника, при этом ведете разговор на английском, вам сложнее считать вот эту вот его мимику, понять, что он говорит, да, потому что когда я говорю, например, перед вами с камерой, вы понимаете за счет моей мимики то, что я хочу сказать, да, на английском я имею в виду, но может кто-то и на русском. Поэтому формат очень удобный, как видите, ценовая категория тоже у него самая доступная, но все-таки конечно, у нас есть еще и более полноценные занятия. Конечно, у нас всегда есть наши открытые полноценные курсы, которые длятся от 3 до 4 месяцев. Тоже обязательно заходите к нам на сайт, смотрите, выбирайте. Сейчас у нас, кстати, стартовала группа новичков, и она постепенно расширяется. Осталось всего, я думаю, место 2 или даже 1, лучше уточнить у менеджеров. Мы приглашаем вас в эту группу, если хочется более такого полного погружения в английский язык. Если хочется что-то повторить, освежить, то смоллток как раз для вас. И еще, если вы не успели за нашими новостями, у нас также стартовал разговорный клуб с носителем. Чарльз, да, назовем его Чарльз, проводит у нас такие вот встречи каждый вторник в 19:00 по Москве. Длительность примерно 1,5 часа, что гарантирует, что вы в группе примерно по 8 человек, да, не больше 8 обычно, точно выговоритесь, что у вас будет время и попрактиковаться в говорении, и попрактиковаться в аудировании, потому что все ребята приходят очень мотивированные обсуждать, общаться и использовать использовать тоже новую лексику, новые слова, которые они учили, например, на занятиях. Это можно использовать как дополнительный повод для коммуникации на английском и, конечно, для просто времяпрепровождения в приятной компании. Вам гарантируется множество новых слов и выражений, это абсолютно точно, потому что когда вы общаетесь с носителями языка, нет-нет, да какое-то вот слово или выражение у него обязательно позаимствуете. Также очень полезно слушать своих коллег, да, товарищей по группе, потому что тоже все приходят примерно с одинаковым уровнем, но вот с таким вот бэкграундом профессиональным, учебным, педагогическим и так далее, и действительно очень интересно обмениваться информацией с такими людьми, узнавать что-то новое, ну и, конечно, тренировать понимание на слух речи носителя языка, что для многих является большим таким фактором, который усложняет, кажется, изучение языка. Вот, ну, как видите, здесь можно практиковаться и практиковаться, так что обязательно заходите. Все есть на нашем сайте, можно писать к нам в группу ВКонтакте или оставлять вопросы под этим постом. Этот эфир обязательно будет записан. И еще, если вы хотите получить презентацию этого эфира, вы можете это сделать, оставив вашу почту по ссылке, тоже под постом, на котором будет запись самой нашей встречи. Да? Если вы подпишетесь, то, соответственно, файл с этой презентацией придет к вам, можно еще раз посмотреть, что мы проходили, какие ответы у заданий, ну и поподробнее почитать про ball drop, на котором мы не стали сильно останавливаться, но история которого тоже очень интересна. Итак, я думаю, что на сегодня это все. Всем большое спасибо, кто присоединился. Обязательно пишите в комментариях, что понравилось, что можно улучшить, какие еще сюжеты можно взять. Ваш интерес — это всегда для нас отличная мотивация продолжать и делать вот такие вот эфиры, встречи. So, I think that is it. Thanks a lot for you. Thanks a lot to everyone who joined us today. I hope you're gonna have a great weekend. И, наверное, уже увидимся после праздников. Но обязательно следите за нашими новостями. Еще будем оставлять очень много всего интересного в преддверии праздников. Так что наш Christmas spirit продолжается. So, thanks a lot once again and see you next time. Yeah, enjoy the day, enjoy the weekend and goodbye.